A little dark secret about West New York, New Jersey. Um, I've been living here for 3 years, right? And by me living here 3 years, a lot of things fall off. A lot of, energy, basically. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of things don't sit right with me. A lot of things don't. It's like a puzzle, right? Wherever you live at, you want to know about the city you live at. What really happened in that town, whatever. So West New York is really called Union Township. The real name for West New York is called Union Township. So I walk into certain spots right now, so I can show you a little story that people don't know about, and they did not know about. Why back go, a lot of things happen in West New York. Certain places, like certain churches, like old school churches, that's from the tutorians, right? They do rituals. That's not just a church, y'all. Because if you look at the output of the church and the stones, if you look at the stones at the church, this church is very old. Some of these churches built in 1906 AD. We're going back in days like tutorians, and in my knowledge, right, a lot of things that was not told is getting told. So when I'm here in West New York, it's a lot of dark secrets they keep in. They sit here and molest kids. They remove the files from online and you can't get the files, right? Like I said, this is an old school church, and you can tell by the cross, all that, right? So I'm not even talking about that though, but it's bigger than this because in order for you to understand the story about West New York, you gotta understand the dark secrets going on in West New York about the Dutchess, how the Dutchess raped the indigenous people's land, or how they sold off the bodies, how they sold off the Indians on this land. And yes, you could go ahead and do your research about the indigenous people of the land of New Jersey. They was called Lenni Lenape. That was a native tribe that was here a long, long time ago. And they lived on land where here was New York. There's a lot of things that people don't know about. Well, I'm gonna give it to y'all straightforward. You can do your own research. And sometimes you won't find the research online because they hide it. Like for example, that is so-called, this right here is so-called Roman Hall, right? But we're gonna dive deep in this because they say this is like City Hall in West New York. However, I don't believe it's City Hall because one thing that it don't fit right with me, the prison bars or atop of the building, it have a tower, right? And none of these city halls supposed to have a detective place. Come on, man, these cars be my weight stuff. But yeah, so these places here in West New York, they want to tell you what's going on, right? For example, you got cars here, like detective bureau, you know what I mean, right here. I don't know if you can see it. Detective bureau. You got the fire station right next to it. It don't make sense, right? So I don't believe this city hall, like I said, Union Township Hall. I don't believe it because to me, in my eyes, City Hall will not look like this. It will be different. It won't have no prison bars. It won't have nothing like that. You feel me? So if y'all say look at it carefully, why does it have prison bars? It don't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense to have City Hall have prison bars because this used to be a prison. City Hall used to be a prison a long time ago. See, the prison bars are there. They used to beat on people during slavery days, right? Slavery days, right? All these windows, there used to be a prison a long, long time ago. They made it to City Hall now. You can see how by itself, the Freemason bird, the Greeks, the Roman, the Halley's, the sun god, things like that. And I'm not, like, people ask me if I'm scared to speak like this. No, I'm not scared because a lot of people don't understand what really happened. If people don't know what happened, then you won't know the story. If you don't know the story, guess what's gonna happen? You be hit. See how I said the room 2? Come on. If this is City Hall, they should have no police station within the City Hall. You get what I'm saying? They don't supposed to have nothing about no police department. See? Police department and City Hall. Look it up. Do your research about West New York. What's that? West New York. Shit. But it's in the description. My bad. Angel Bell back in the day. The bell from Angel Time. This is the bell from Angel Time. They used to ring back in the day, but it don't ring no more because they stopped ringing it because when they used to ring it, it gave people energy. Police station right here. Look, one side detective side, one police station. It don't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Now this building is very important. This building over here is very, very important, right? This building, from the front of it, is at 440, right? 440 on 60th Street, right here, West New York, between Burger Line, right? This used to be a bank a long time ago. However, right, you see right here in the bottle, this is called Blood Bank. They used to sell bodies here. Excuse me saying it, but they used to sell bodies. Now, if you think I'm lying about this, right, because they remove a lot of information online from Google, then you gotta do your thorough research. You gotta dive deep into the knowledge of this, right? If I'm lying about this, then why the hell they got a Freemason symbol on top of this? And that same Freemason symbol is right here. See how it's together? It's together. So this used to be an old bank, but blood bank, where the bodies of people that died. So there was slavery going on. You can tell by the look. Look how they engraved it. Look how the 9 don't look like a 9. The 1 like a 1, the 2 don't. The 2 don't like a 2. You see what I'm talking about? AD came from Rome. You get what I'm telling you? But let's keep going anyway. But this is so old that it won't, people just hide secrets. This is why I said West New York, dark story came before West New York. It came from Union Township. This what they call West New York back in the day. It's called Union Township. Yeah, it might, West New York may be a cool place to live at and such forth, but actuality, at the same time, the energy gonna be throwing off to you. The energy gonna be falling off you, right? They made a blood bank into an apartment building. That's what they did. They made this to an apartment building. On top is an apartment building. They made a blood bank to an apartment building where it's a sign of disrespect. This is the reason why I said what I said. Everything I know, I do my research because I question everything. See, wherever I live, I question everything because of how it looks like, right? How everything looks like. And like I said, I'm not afraid to die. That's what people think. No. Will I be afraid to get kidnapped? No. Because this is the only 2 ways gonna be out here gonna happen to you. Is you're gonna die or you're gonna disappear. It's gonna be those 2 ways they're gonna have. This is what's gonna happen to you. As soon as you start speaking up of the truth, though, it's like I said, 2 ways gonna happen. They do it all the time. Right? It's 2 ways. They're gonna end up killing you, or they're gonna get somebody to kill you, or they're gonna frame you and lock you up and say you did something wrong. Now I know you didn't do nothing wrong, but you speak it over something that you're supposed to speak of, and that's a fact. This is how the government plays. I ain't stupid, like I said. But I gotta fight people. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm not scared to die. That's one thing in life that I'm not afraid of. I'm a Taino. I represent my ancestors wholeheartedly. But the dark secrets of West New York is very dark and it's scary. But you gotta get in tune. You gotta find the knowledge of this, and that's how it is. Like I said, that used to be a prison. That City Hall used to be a prison a long time ago. They're not gonna tell you, but it's a fact. So Don't believe what people tell you. Do your own research, do your own knowledge, because this land, what I stepping on, in West New York, this land belonged to Lenni Lenape. It was an indigenous tribe that was living out here at one point in time, and they got massacred, murdered, and they was getting sold off. The Dutchess, when the Dutch came in, they sold the Indians off and killed them and sell their body off. They were selling their skin. That's why they call it blood banks, because they were selling their skin off. So that's what really happened. This library used to be a bunker. Used to be a bunker back in the day. This library used to be an underground bunker. That's why the police want to take this library. The library's moving Burger Line. You can do your own research. That they're taking a library to Burger Line, and Burger Line they're moving the library to Burger Line because they want the police department want the library because they have an underground bunker so they could beat on people. That's what they used to do a lot. The police out here, excuse me saying this, but the police out here use cells. They always do that. They pick on people out here. They sell drugs to minors. That's what's going on. I'm one of those people that I don't show no fear. I won't show fear. That's why when I walk around and the way I talk, I'm never afraid. It's about protecting legacy from these vultures, these devils who say a lie, because these devils want to say a lie to our people. And this is the honest facts. Peace out, love. If any questions, please comment below on this video. I will give some sources also in the description, and I would show y'all, show and prove everything. I don't need to lie. I'm just a person that's not afraid to tell the truth though. That way, peace.